The glaring problem for Ireland being, of course, that their left-hand side, Mbappé, is where Ireland at the moment are at their absolute weakest. It does seem John Egan's over the knock picked up against Everton, so he's there, and Omobamidele was called into the squad. So we have lots of centre-backs. However, Seamus Coleman, who did a very good job against Mbappé that night, is injured. Matt Doherty, by dint of his red card at the end of the game against Greece, where he lost the head, is suspended. And we're kind of not too sure who's going to play right wing back. And Stephen Kenny himself said, I may have to get creative here. So there's talk of Ogbene, there's talk of Jason Knight going back there, there's talk of Alan Brown.
Yeah.
That wouldn't feel comfortable against most opposition. It certainly doesn't feel very comfortable against Mbappé. That's one of many problems, and as Richie said, Evan Ferguson not there, so
it's a central problem though, because the job that Coleman did on Mbappé in Dublin was crucial to keeping France quiet by their usual standards. It was very, very important, the job he did. And Matt Doherty's suspension looks more and more expensive now at this point when you don't have a natural player to play there. Like, it'd be a huge ask to say Ebosele, who has played a bit at right wing back but more an attacking right wing back, to go in there and try and watch Kylian Mbappé. I think the natural instinct will be to put a stopper or a man marker on there, and anyone who goes in, Knight or Brown, who've played in that position for Ireland, it's not their natural position to be tracking back on arguably the best player in the world.
No, and I think what jumped out to a lot of people is that Coleman used all of his experience, because he certainly didn't have the pace to match Mbappé that night. So those tiny decisions where you weigh up, do I hold my ground, do I cut off that angle, do I shunt inside a bit more and let him have the ball so that the long-term damage isn't as bad in this move, all those kind of
and it won't be down
decisions.
to one player either, Joe. Nathan
of course.
Collins will have to be good there. Whoever plays probably on the right side of the two central defensive midfielders will have to cover back into positions too. But
yeah, Malumbi was really good that night. It really helped out Coleman a lot. But all those decisions that Coleman made, that's like years of practice, years of facing those scenarios. I mean, you say to Jason Knight or somebody, back you go there. It's just very, very scary. And then look, the loss of Ferguson, he was just the feel good, well, if we just hang around in this game, he might drop deep again, turn, run at his man and curl one in from 25 yards. You just don't know. That kind of hope has vanished. So I don't know, Richie, we're going there even more in hope than expectation.